Let's be real. AI voice and AI chatbots are really amazing, but one cringeworthy mistake could totally tank your customers' relationships. Now, stick around because I'm going to be sharing with you three fixes to help your AI assistant feel more natural without any awkward slip ups that most people don't even think about. Let's hop right in. Hey guys, Amber here. And so I'm going to share with you some catastrophic things to avoid or things to add to make sure you don't have these catastrophic events happen with your AI agents, whether you're using AI voice or AI chat. There are some things that you want to make sure that you have in place. I'm going to share with you them in this video. I was actually just working on a couple of things that we had noticed with our chat bot. This was specifically a text chat. And I'm going to kind of share with you some of the things that I did to help avoid some awkward situations, right? Sometimes the AI assistant can be very awkward, or there can be things that make it a dead giveaway that you are dealing with AI and not a human. And that's totally okay, but we don't want it to happen because it can potentially ruin the customer experience. And so a couple of things that you want to make sure that you add in every AI assistant, whether it's chat or whether it is a voice assistant. I'm going to start doing this myself. One of the things is to let the AI assistant know the time, the day of year and the time of day that it actually is. This is a huge piece. It's super simple, but it's very easy to overlook. It's very important because we want to know, like, in the context of a conversation, sometimes the day or the time is very, very important to that conversation. So, for example, in this company, they offer different services, and depending on the time of year, it may or may not make sense to mention that service. So, as of now, it is January-ish, January 3rd. What day is it? It's January 3rd, right? And so this company offered a lighting installation, right? So it doesn't really make sense to push lighting installation right about now because a lot of times people put it around around the holidays, and it doesn't make sense to offer that right now. It could, but not really, right? And so that was one of the things that was happening. And so what I did was I added this snippet here. Um, this snippet here, okay? Let me go ahead and highlight. It says today is blank. So be sure not to ask or mention if they are interested in holiday lighting because the holidays have passed, okay? So that's one of the things that's really, really important to be sure to add there. And so as it's sending the messages out, it'll be sure to kind of skip over mentioning that service. The other thing to keep in note of is that one of the things that we were running into is depending on who you're talking to. If you're talking to customers that have paid and that are loyal, you're going to speak to them differently than a lead that you haven't been able to contact, but you just want to get a yes or no, like are they interested or not, right? And so because we're talking to customers, we don't want to be overly aggressive or overly assertive, right? And so this is the other thing that I added. All right. So I said, hey, these are customers. So be sure not to be overly aggressive to try to get a sale. Think of it more as customer service, checking in and looking out for their best interest. Let's highlight that a different color. Okay. So that is another thing because, again, these are customers. We don't want to annoy our customers because that will put them off. I say if they're not interested at this time, or they say they will reach out later when they need us, be empathetic and understanding. Offer if springtime is a better time to reach out so that we can make a note. Okay. So that's another thing that I kind of added in there. Again, because these are customers, I'm going to be less aggressive. The other thing that I did is if you come down here, we have rules. Okay. This is another very, very important thing, and it's almost embarrassing to say, and it's very sad. There were times where, sadly, catastrophic events might happen to your customers. And there were occasions, actually, sadly, a couple of times that as we were going through the database and reaching out to the customers, they would say, oh, this isn't them. This is their wife or the spouse or the husband. So and so passed away, right? That would be absolutely catastrophic if your AI assistant is not trained on this, and they try to push a sale, right? Imagine saying, I'm sorry that happened. Let us know if you need services. Do you still need any services? Right? So I added this. If they mention that someone has passed away or died or anything catastrophic, right? There could have been natural disasters. There were hurricanes that hit Florida, right? If there's something catastrophic that has happened, be empathetic and do not try to sell or push them into a sale. Okay? That's super, super, super important. Like, how distasteful is that, right? And so that was another thing that I recommend adding to your rules or whatever, right? Here again, I added the note about plugging in the day or the time. Um, Another thing that was kind of awkward is and the reply, especially if you're using like, oh, go high level. Like, this is an example of a message where we sent them like, hey, if you're ever in the need of services again or know someone, please keep us in mind. Thanks so much for chatting and have a great day. Well, what happens is on your cell phone, you can like or send an emoji to this specific message. And what happened was the client liked our last message, but it comes through like this as a text. And so the AI picked it up and said, glad you liked it. If you ever change your mind or have any questions in the future, don't hesitate to reach out. Have an awesome day, Dave. Like that is so awkward, y'all. And it's a dead giveaway that you're using AI. And so, especially like I said, if you're using high level. So one of the things that we added here is another rule. It says, hey, we are communicating them via text messages, and sometimes they may quote unquote like your previous message. Do not reply or acknowledge that. It may appear like this. So I gave it a sample of what it would look like, right? That's what the inbound message looks like, and says, and I say, you can ignore those and do not reply to that specific message. Okay. So that is one, these are the things that I added. Hopefully these tips will help as you are going out and writing or making these AI. AI is a very, very powerful tool if you know how to use it. So if you're going to jump on the bandwagon, it's okay to jump on the bandwagon, but we're going to use these in a smart way that make you look better, makes you as a company look good. It still makes your customers and your leads and the people that you contact, it still makes them feel good about communicating with you and not creeped out and frustrated that we're using a bunch of AI that is just out of touch, right? We want to still keep the customer experience very positive and as human-like as possible. So hopefully these tips have helped you. Please go ahead and apply them as soon as possible. In the next video, I will show you in some of these videos what I do to stress test our AI assistants, right? So when you launch or before you launch, you want to stress test it. You want to try to break it on purpose. You want to test out like, how is your AI assistant behaving and responding? So keep an eye out for future videos on that. In the meantime, I will see you later. Oh, and if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, be sure to like or share or describe. Show me some love. Give me some comments if this was helpful for you. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks so much. See you in the next video. So if these tips were helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more actionable AI insights. If you have any questions or your own AI fails, if you have a story, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you and help out. Till next time, see you later.